Why, hello there. A long time no see. Well, what is that? You don't remember me? Well, of course you do. I made that funny video a year ago. Holy shit. A year ago. You know, that video that got age restricted, but we don't need to talk about that. Yeah, anyways, I figured, since it's starting to become the holiday season, why not tell you a very fun story? A story about a particular leak for a particular game franchise. 'Twas the night before... But 'twas. Why does it say 'twas? Why can't they just use it was? But no, it has to be 'twas. Well, what makes this book so special that I just use 'twas? I can't believe you. I had a cousin. Smash Brothers and sisters. It's had its history of leaks, rumors, hoaxes, and overall just a little bit of trolling. It makes sense with a game like Smash Bros, such a big fighting game. Of course, there'd be a lot of speculation about who's going to be added, stages, music, all that kind of stuff. Now, there have been some pretty notable leaks, like the Gamatsu leak or the ESRB leak, but a lot of leaks that tend to surface are just really bad and are debunked very easily.
There I am, Gary, there I am!
Most of them are just sort of blurry screenshots of the game with the supposed leak. The evidence for these usually never goes beyond, guys, you gotta trust me on this. Now, 64 and Melee didn't have too many leaks surrounding them, but Brawl was when things started to change. Now, with the internet becoming more and more of a mainstay, it made it easier for people to fake characters into Smash Bros, and leaks became way more rampant. And Smash 4, Jesus, the amount of leaks that came out for Smash 4 was insane. Now, with Ultimate having so many surprises with the character reveals and whatnot, you'd think that leaks would be more rampant than ever, but that's actually far from the truth. If anything, there really wasn't any substantial leaks that I can remember. My best guess for why there were no substantial leaks during this time was because there just wasn't any time. From announcement to release, the wait for Smash Bros. Ultimate was only 9 months. So, it didn't really leave much room for huge leaks. Now, this wasn't to say that there weren't any leaks or rumors during this time. A big one going around was that the chairs in the background of a Smash Direct represented Waluigi's addition to Smash because of the colors, but again, these never really took off. However, there was one leak so devious, so mischievous, and to this day, it remains one of the most infamous and convincing leaks in Smash Bros. History. This leak, of course, is known as the Grinch leak.
The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
So I know what you're probably thinking, well, Thernos, what is this Grinch leak? Well, if you just sit down and stop being so impatient, then I'll explain it to you. So, like I said, people were going absolutely bananas over all of the new characters, all the new silly, wacky additions to Smash, and a lot of people were very hopeful for certain characters to get in. Now, with the release date of December 8th and a final Smash Direct being aired on November 1st, people were desperate to see who would be presumably the final announced characters for the game. This was a big moment. The final characters announced, with so many surprises previously, these characters were gonna be good. With how excited everyone is to see the final characters, it would be an absolute travesty, a disaster if somebody were to completely leak the remaining characters. What a shame. Yes, on October 24th, a series of images were put onto Snapchat showcasing some interesting stuff, to say the least. Alright, let's go over these. The first image is taken at what seems to be a printing factory showing the background of the Super Smash Bros. Mural without any of the characters. Now, this was big news because, in case you didn't know, the mural was basically something that new characters were added to every time a character was announced for Super Smash Bros. New characters added, new characters add to the mural. Now, although we had seen this mural many times, we had never actually seen the background without any of the characters, which gave this leak some legitimacy. So if they have the background of this mural, wouldn't it be a disaster if they had the full finalized version of the mural? That would be a huge... Why yes, ladies and gentlemen, the second photo seems to show a wristband with the finalized version of the mural on it, with the caption at the top in French, roughly translating to "Fuck Nintendo, lol." Bit crude, but And finally, the third image depicts the full mural with all the leaked characters. There's a lot to go over here, but at the end of the day, it's just another blurry image. What makes this leak so much different than any other leak? Well, what made it stand out was just the sheer evidence behind it. But with such a crazy leak like this, people needed to know if it was real, and the internet did what the internet does, and they went digging like the naked mole rats that they are. People did some pretty hefty research and supposedly found the original poster's name and the French printing company that he was working at, the link at it, and all that good stuff. Long story short, they found out that he was supposedly working at a French print shop known as Marina PLV. Now on Marina PLV's website, they showed off other companies that they had worked with in the past, and one of those companies just so happened to be Bandai Namco, which, if you didn't know, was one of the developers of Smash Ultimate. So, with so much backing this leak's case, it seems like it just has to be real, but let's really take a step back and look at this. Let's imagine what it was like to be a Smash fan in late 2018. I mean, you're desperate for all your favorite characters. Of course you're gonna believe this leak. I mean, it's got every fan favorite character on it. Does it really make sense that Bandai Namco would send this shop the finalized version of the mural? Regardless, a lot of people went with this leak and really thought it was real, and to be fair, I probably would have thought it was real too. However, one of the biggest pieces of evidence that people thought this leak was real was that in the background, clear as day, you could see two renders of the Grinch, one of them even having his dog Max. Now at this time, these renders were being used for Illumination's new film, and they had never been publicly shown off, meaning that this had to have been taken in an actual printing shop, and that, my friends, is how this leak became known as the Grinch leak. Isn't it great how we come full circle like that? So this leak— Who are you? Who are—
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Issac, top 10 Smash player, professional Joker main from Romania, do jest Ramunski przysięgam na Boga, and I won EVO 2020, so I'm super credible. Let's get into it. Oh, I remember back in ye old day of 2018, waking myself up and grabbing my iPhone 5 to see that people were speculating the Grinch was in Smash. I immediately threw this aside and laughed at the thought. What 11-year-old me didn't know was that people were not speculating the Grinch was going to be in Smash, which is already devastating news to 14-year-old me, but that it was a carefully curated fake leak going around that was so believable. Some of it came true. There were barely any plausible characters in this leak, so it got people hyped. The only exceptions for this were Shadow and Ken, but that's it. At the time, Banjo-Kazooie was never expected to end up in Smash due to licensing issues. Characters like the Chorus Kids, Geno, Isaac, and Mach Rider were well unknown, and super unlikely to be characters. What's crazy about all this, though, is that all of these characters ended up in the game one way or another. All of these characters ended up as spirits. Banjo and Ken were actually fighters. Isaac and Shadow ended up as assist trophies. And Geno and Isaac both have Mii Fighter costumes. Personally, I was ready for anything. My knowledge of video games at age 11 was completely limited to the Xbox and base-level first-party Nintendo. So out of the entire Smash roster, I knew this. Because Ultimate didn't have many prevalent leaks, the Grinch leak was spread like wildfire, and it became one of the most well-constructed, elaborate fake leaks in not just Super Smash Bros., but video game history. And the community response to this leak was quick and loud. This leak was so convincing, people were doing anything they could to avoid it. Hell, people even made tutorials to help people avoid being spoiled. Others didn't take this leak too seriously and thought it was fake. People thought that some of the characters getting in was a pretty far reach. And yeah, they were mostly right. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. In conclusion... Oh, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe to Issac Does Stuff on YouTube.
Alright, well that guy's gone. Anyways, back to the Grinch leak. So, I haven't been entirely honest with you guys because Marina PLV Well, they aren't actually involved. No, instead it was a different company known as ACP PLV. So how do we know that it's actually ACP PLV? Well, some internetarians went back at it again and decided to reach out to Marino PLV themselves. And they found out that the guy who made the leak doesn't actually work at Marino PLV anymore. In fact, the original photo wasn't taken from Marino PLV either. It was actually taken from ACP PLV. Now, although this did cause some skepticism, this was quickly forgotten about after something else happened. Basically, on ACP PLV's YouTube channel, there was a video that was meant for new clients. The video was just a tour of their offices and whatnot, but the point is, people started to look at the videos for answers. People started commenting on the videos and analyzing it and all this stuff, and eventually ACP PLV decided to finally delete the video. Combine this with the fact that some people were comparing the printer settings to the original post or whatever, and this seemed like pretty damning evidence that the Grinch leak was right. And like the weird intruder guy said earlier, this really split the community. Again though, some people were hesitant, including a person named Artsy Omni. Now, if you don't know who Artsy Omni is, he's basically like a notorious fake leaker in the Smash community. He made the Rayman leak for Smash 4 a while back, and overall he's very good at creating these fake leaks. Well, he had a show called Leakbusters, and within this show he would go over fake leaks and basically just disprove them with cold, hard facts. And obviously, he looked into this leak as well. However, even he wasn't too sure of the leak either. However, within his video, there was a pretty big revelation. Remember earlier when I said that the empty background was a big reason why people thought this leak was real? Well, it turns out that that empty background for the mural was actually fake. A Reddit user by the name of Tevlev found the original background for the mural because apparently it was shown just for a couple seconds at E3. But a couple seconds is all we needed, and by comparing the images, it was pretty obvious that yeah, it was fake. Now this poked a huge hole in the leak and got people talking about it with way more skepticism. I mean, the fact that the mural is fake means that any of it could have been fake now. But the final nail in the coffin, well, technically the second to last nail in the coffin, was when a person named Vergaben came out about it. Now let's rewind. Who is Vergaben? Well, at the time, Vergaben was kind of the best source for Smash Bros. Leaks. He had managed to correctly predict that characters like Ridley and Ice Climbers were going to be back before the E3 Direct actually aired, and he even predicted that none of the previous characters would be cut. After he was proven right, people basically just took everything he said as facts. Also, something I'd like to mention, he was able to correctly predict that Steve was going to be a character in Smash, which, like, that didn't happen until almost 3 years after he made that original post. So this dude knew who was going to be in Smash 3 years ahead of time, which is insane, but yeah, back to the Grinch leak. So Vergaman stated right before the November Direct that the Grinch leak was fake because 1, Isaac was going to be an assist trophy, and 2, the last 2 characters revealed would be Ken and Incineroar. Yes, much like the Revolutionary War, on November 1st, we were proven wrong by Incineroar's announcement to Smash. On one hand, it is pretty sad that we weren't able to get all these characters into the game, but looking back on it, the amount of characters and just the characters themselves did seem pretty suspicious from the beginning. I think a lot of it just had to do with people just being super excited for the new Direct and sort of just going with whatever. Regardless, even though this leak went by fast, it made ripples throughout the community, and it's honestly insane that it was over so shortly. It's funny really because I remember when Incineroar was announced. It was happening while I was in class, and I just sort of went on my Chromebook and just sort of looked at the Direct while the teacher was talking. I was pretty bummed that the Grinch leak was fake, but at the same time, I don't know why I cared since I barely even played Smash Bros. Honestly, the build-up to Smash Bros. Ultimate was such a fun journey. It was the first Smash Bros. Build-up that I ever got to experience since I was too young for Smash 4 or Brawl, and it was honestly just a really fun time. Now, there's a lot of stuff I didn't go over in this video, like the aftermath of the Grinch leak, or something with the stages, or all that stuff, but I wanted to make a pretty short, digestible video about the Grinch leak instead of like a 30-minute long video about it. Anyways, I'll probably be back around Christmas, maybe, probably not, but maybe. And yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you. What the frick?
Ah! Alright, just a simple little mic test. I got your ass.